Right, what I want to try here today is a small bit of carving and try the notching saw here on the top. I've cut myself a piece of wood here which I'm going to use as a tool hanger. So basically I need to cut a number 7 notch up here. So let's see how it gets on with this. Get that in line. This is a green piece of wood. I've just cut this down in the garden there and it's going through okay. It is cutting both forward and backwards, but it does seem to be doing it a bit better on the back stroke. Just a bit like your sulky saws. You can see it's coming over either end. Right, so that's the kind of notch it's done, say about 5mm wide by the looks of things. And one of the things you want to do now is put your finger up here on the saw, and obviously I can't because it's too sharp, too aggressive, and just stick it in my hand. Yeah, so it's done that quite good. Happy enough with that. It's green sticky wood, just going a bit deeper. Let's see till I'm happy with how deep I want this. There you go, hope we can make that out. Right, just getting here using the draw knife section to carve, and just using the foregrip here. It seems to be working well. Thumb reinforced on the anvil. Just getting these kind of scooping type cuts. Then using the front here just to take off the top there. That's doing a decent job. I've got my thumb right up the front now, just for the smaller, finer detail work. Yeah, that's doing a good job as well, just with a forward push cut. Right, so there you go. Nice clean number 7. Now what I'm going to do is notch it up more this way, and that's so the paracord can fit up deeper into this notch. And you can see here the top of the blade has got a fair bit of the bark still stuck in the teeth, what you've got to expect, but it doesn't seem to be clogging it up any. So I'm just going to go into an angle now and cut myself a deeper groove, more on a vertical plane. And the stick, and this stick's just kind of moving about here on the rubber mat that I'm using. Yeah, it's doing that. so that's gave me this more a deeper scoop up here. Yeah, so the saw on the top does work for doing your notches. It's sharp, it does bind up a wee bit, but it's still functional all the way through that cut there. So that seems to work for the job that it's designed to do, and I'm happy enough with that. So there you go, it's done its job. This would be tied round the tree. If you imagine my thumb was the tree, obviously the paracord would be longer. But it's cut that notch no problem, nice and clean. Well happy with how it does the carving. And all you would do then is once you're finished at the end of the day, hang your tool up on the hook, and that would be you. Another thing I want to try it for is debarking. So taking off some of this, let's see how it gets on at that. No problem. So there we go. So we're stripping off back. I know this is green. Right, so you can see it can do that type of work in a matter of seconds. I know this will take a wee bit more time here, which I don't want to waste for you. Just taking that off, but I will do that through time. But happy enough. And just, obviously because it's the green bark, chokes up the teeth a bit, but it's easy enough to get rid of. So this section here at the front, just see it for chopping. Nice and controlled. The finger at the index grip. Just small chops. Yeah, so for carving, here's the thumb scallop and a lever type cut. Works really good for that. Nice and comfortable there. Just taking some amount off there in a few seconds. So for the lever cuts, brilliant. I'm really happy with that. Yeah. So there you go. For the small bushcraft type tasks, doing stuff like making your pot hooks, easy. Stripping off the bark with a saw, easy. Yeah, so happy enough with that. I'm going to give that a pass. Right, on to the next test. Right, what I've got here is a pot hanger that I'm going to make for my fire at the weekend. I'm stuck in the house today and I can't get out, so I had this in my garden there that I've just cut down, and what I'm going to do is cut it from this position here forward, and that should be big enough for me to sit over my fire. So what I'll do is I'll try the front edge here on the blade, this part here, and see what it's like at cutting. I'll do kind of the mid grip here just to remove the small bits, then move back into like a Loco type grip. Okay, and then I maybe go into the pinky grip when I really need to remove it, because I'm going to cut it off from here. Right, so in the foregrip then, just a quick, there you go, easy, snap cut, nice. So that's done that easy enough. Right, so what I'm going to do then is cut it here. Let's see how we go on. We're going to the Loco grip. And I'm holding this freehand. So there's a kind of bite it gives. And this is onto a knotted area here. can see the knot there. Yeah, it's going through it now. So that's actually quite good at chopping, and I seem to be hitting it in the draw area rather than the front. There you go. So surprisingly good at chopping there, and even further back on the blade. Happy enough with that. Right, what I'm going to do now is strip the bark off using this draw section. I'm just going to use it as a push cut to strip it off. You'll need to excuse the noise in the background, but that's doing that really good. Fast and efficient. There we go. Really good. I'll do the draw section now. That's good as well. Just a wee knot there. So you can strip the bark off using the draw method as well. Very good carver. Well happy with the results with this. Surprisingly good how well it does. And all the different features on the blade come into their own, fit into these small places like in here. Just a tip to get you in, scoop it out. Yep. Because of the dexterity the blade offers you, it makes the job a lot more easier to work with. And obviously all these different curves in the blade fit into all different positions, and obviously through time and a bit of practice, or a lot of practice, I'll become more and more proficient at it. But straight off the bat, happy with the results, and I'll get that done for the weekend. And it was just to give you an idea, cutting this pot hook today, on how the tracker is proficient at doing carving. And obviously I've not had a lot of experience with this particular knife. I have with other ones, and it was a treat to work with. Really good. Happy with the level of dexterity it offers. Yeah, when it comes to the carving. And these would be great wee projects to sit at night working by the fire using this knife. Give you loads of hours of pleasure, especially you guys who are into doing your bushcraft carving stuff. So I could, off the bat, with my first impressions, recommend it. Right, on to the next task. Just to show you the front area here, doing a bit of scraping just to finally clean this off. So that presents no problems to it whatsoever. Now you can see it's taking that off very easy. So it's doing that with the greatest ease. As a scraper edge, this here, up the front where we do the chopping, or the bulk of the chopping. Right, so I'll need tidied up, but as you can see, easy work for that. Cut a couple of notches in it for the pot hanger. I'm doing this freehand. So I'll do one here to show you the saw working, and then I'll cut it in or edit it in, and I've got the rest of them done. There, it's cut that notch out already. So here I am 47 minutes later, and basically I've completed the tow hook and my pot hook. It's done surprisingly well. The groove in this area here is basically the width of the saw, but if I had a bit more time, like if I was sitting at the campfire, I could get in with the tip and make that a bit deeper. But as things go, I'm really pleased with how this is performed, and all the different features on the blade has come into its own. The saw, the tip, especially for getting into these nice tight areas, and the draw part here for, as you've seen, taking off the bark, and for cutting these basically number 7 notches coming in here. So I'm going to spend a bit of time increasing the depth of this, and I'm sure in time, when I become more proficient with the blade, I'll be able to be a lot quicker. And as I say, today I'm at home, I've had a log to sit down at and a log to work on. I probably would have been a lot quicker. The edge is held up really well, so that's another good thing about it. And as far as things are going in the trial at the moment, it's doing very well. So it's got a thumbs up today for the carving.